Hello and welcome to Who Died Today, the channel where we honor legends who've left us in recent days. Today we remember a musical genius who shaped hits and childhoods, a poetic mastermind of progressive rock, and the unsung hero of a Hollywood dynasty. Their creativity and impact will live on forever. Hit like, subscribe, and join us to celebrate their incredible legacies. Number 3. Andy Paley, the musical genius behind Brian Wilson's comeback and SpongeBob magic. Today, we honor and remember the remarkable life of Andrew Douglas Paley, a musician, producer, composer, and a man whose creative spirit touched countless lives. Andy Paley was not just a maker of music, he was a storyteller, a dreamer, and a friend to many. Born on November 2, 1952, his journey was one of passion, creativity, and resilience. Andy's love for music blossomed in his hometown near Albany, New York. The third of 5 children, Andy grew up in a loving and vibrant family. His father, Henry Paley, was a college administrator and lobbyist, and his mother, Cabot Barber Paley, was a teacher and therapist. Music ran deep in his veins, leading Andy to form the Paley brothers with his younger brother Jonathan. Together, they created a 1970s power pop sensation whose harmonies and melodies embodied the era's energy and optimism. After the Paley brothers disbanded, Andy's musical journey continued to soar. One of his most celebrated collaborations was with Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. Andy co-wrote and produced songs for Wilson's iconic solo comeback album, a project that revitalized Wilson's career and solidified Andy's reputation as a musical visionary. Wilson once described Andy as the most frighteningly talented person he had ever met. Andy's creativity knew no bounds. Beyond the recording studio, he brought his genius to television, scoring beloved animated series like The Ren and Stimpy Show and SpongeBob SquarePants. Alongside Tom Kenny, the voice of SpongeBob, Andy co-wrote It's a SpongeBob Christmas. His work brought laughter and joy to millions of households, cementing his place as a beloved figure in entertainment. Family meant everything to Andy. His sister Sarah's marriage to former U.S. Senator Bob Kerrey reflected the close-knit ties of the Paley family. In 2010, Bob Kerrey officiated Andy's wedding to Heather Christ, a day filled with love and joy that mirrored the kindness Andy brought to his relationships. Andy's collaborations spanned genres and generations. He performed and produced for Jonathan Richman, contributing to the evolution of the modern Lovers. His versatility extended to legends like Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, and Brenda Lee, whether playing the drums, producing records, or composing for films like Dick Tracy and A Walk on the Moon. Andy's influence was omnipresent. Andy's talents didn't stop with music. He led the Andy Paley Orchestra for the Thrilling Adventure Hour, a live theater show inspired by old-time radio dramas. His work reflected his ability to blend nostalgia with innovation, bringing stories to life through music. In July 2024, Andy faced a daunting diagnosis of throat cancer. Despite successful initial treatment, the cancer returned aggressively. Andy spent his final days surrounded by loved ones, cherishing the moments that defined his life. On November 20, 2024, he passed away peacefully, leaving behind a legacy of creativity, kindness, and resilience. Andy Paley's story is one of boundless creativity and unwavering kindness. From crafting timeless melodies to scoring the childhoods of millions, his life was a testament to the power of music and love. Number 2, Peter Sinfield, the lyrical mastermind who revolutionized progressive rock. Words, much like music, have the power to transport us to another world. and few understood this better than Peter John Sinfield. Born on December 27, 1943, in Fulham, London, Peter Sinfield's life was a symphony of creativity, rebellion, and lyrical genius. Today, we celebrate the extraordinary man behind some of the most profound poetry and music of the last century. Raised by his bohemian mother, Deidre, also known as Joey, Peter's upbringing was anything but ordinary. His mother's activism and bold lifestyle shaped Peter's artistic identity, while his German housekeeper, Maria Valwenda, from the famed Flying Valwendas, added a touch of circus-like wonder to his childhood. But life wasn't without its challenges. The absence of a strong paternal figure and the instability of his youth pushed young Peter toward literature as his sanctuary. At Daneshill School and later Ranelagh Grammar School, Peter discovered his passion for words. Guided by his tutor, John Mawson, he began devouring poetry, particularly the works of Shakespeare, Arthur Rimbaud, and William Blake. These influences would later manifest in the surreal, evocative lyrics that became his hallmark. By the late 1960s, Peter found himself at the heart of a cultural revolution. After forming friendships with art school students and traveling through Europe, he co-founded King Crimson. Peter's lyrical prowess transformed their debut album, In the Court of the Crimson King, into a cornerstone of progressive rock. Tracks like Epitaph and The Court of the Crimson King showcased his poetic genius, blending fantasy, nature, and raw emotion. But creativity often breeds conflict. Peter's collaboration with guitarist Robert Fripp was both fruitful and fraught. By the time Islands was released in 1971, their differences had grown insurmountable. On New Year's Day 1972, Fripp asked Peter to leave the band, marking the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. After King Crimson, Peter embarked on a new journey. His solo album, Still, was a deeply personal project that highlighted his versatility. He also became a key lyricist for Emerson, Lake and Palmer, penning iconic tracks like I Believe in Father Christmas. The song's poignant lyrics, a reflection of his bittersweet childhood, resonated with millions. Peter John Sinfield passed away on November 14, 2024, leaving behind a legacy that will endure for generations. Through his words, he gave voice to the unspoken, painted vivid dreams, and reminded us of the power of art to connect us all. Number 1. Karen Houghton, Kris Jenner's secret weapon and unsung family hero. Kris Jenner, the ultimate matriarch of reality TV, the woman who turned her family into a billion-dollar empire and the mastermind behind the Kardashian-Jenner dynasty. But behind the glitz and glam, there lies a lesser-known story, one of family, heartbreak, and resilience. Today, we delve into the extraordinary life of Kris Jenner and pay tribute to her late sister, Karen Houghton, whose life was far from the spotlight. Kris Jenner, born Kristen Mary Houghton, rose to global fame as the mother and manager of the Kardashian-Jenner clan. With a career spanning decade, Kris is not just a reality TV star, but a visionary businesswoman. From launching beauty empires to producing hit TV shows, Kris has redefined what it means to be a momager. As the mother of Kourtney, Kim, Khloe, Rob, Kendall, and Kylie, Kris's influence goes far beyond the screen. Her role as a mother and manager has been the cornerstone of her family's success. But did you know that Kris's journey hasn't always been glamorous? Few know about Kris Jenner's close relationship with her younger sister, Karen Houghton. Unlike Kris, Karen chose a quieter life, away from the public eye. Despite their differences, the bond between the sisters was strong, filled with love and support. Karen Houghton, Kris Jenner's younger sister was a nurse by profession. Known for her kind heart and sense of humor, Karen was adored by those who knew her. But her life was not without challenges. Tragically, Karen Houghton passed away, leaving a void in Kris Jenner's life. While the world knows Kris as a pillar of strength, this personal loss deeply impacted her. Despite the heartache, Kris has continued to thrive, honoring her sister's memory through her dedication to family and work. Today, at 68 years old, Kris remains at the helm of her family's empire, proving that resilience and love can conquer even the darkest times. Kris Jenner's story is one of ambition, love, and loss. Her journey reminds us that even the brightest stars face moments of darkness. While Karen Houghton may no longer be with us, her spirit lives on in the family she cherished. Karen Houghton was the younger sister of Kris Jenner. Unlike her celebrity sibling, Karen lived a more private life, dedicating her career to nursing. She was known for her generosity and warm personality, often being described as the heart of the Houghton family. Karen faced health struggles in her later years, which led to her untimely passing. Her relationship with Kris, though occasionally strained due to their vastly different lifestyles, was filled with sisterly love and mutual respect. Karen is remembered not only as Kris Jenner's sister, but as a woman who brought joy and compassion to those around her. Her memory serves as a reminder of the importance of family and the strength of sibling bonds. Thank you for joining us on Who Died Today as we celebrated the lives of these extraordinary individuals. Their legacies continue to inspire, and their stories remind us of the power of creativity, resilience, and love. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartfelt tributes to the legends who shaped our world. Until next time, remember to cherish the moments and honor the memories. See you in the next tribute.